I haven't seen the sketches, no.
Oh, she does animatics.
I
She,
haven't seen that, no.
she did. If you go on my Discord in the animation section, Black Cats has done one. Um,
So
and,
tell me how much time I've spent in your Discord.
right?
You have an animation section?
Oh yeah. Um, excuse all of you, but someone had to work the Memorial Day sale. I no longer am a free bird who can flitter around as I please. I'm now chained to the corporate monster. I did make sales. Uh,
Yay!
yay! And I don't have to drive to Charlotte tomorrow, so I can stay up a tiny bit later.
I know, that's YouTube.
Because I've been whatchamacalls it. I have been waking up at 5 a.m. every day to hang out with the animals and show her my animation. I can't. There's licensed music in it. She's gonna have to go look at it on her own.
I'm trying to. All I see is it this one under animation and stories?
Yep.
Is she Lulu?
Huh? I mean, she makes a lot of them. I don't pay attention to them all. It's one she made of me that was pretty funny.
Okay, I think it's this one.
Oh, Lulu, no, that's Spinky.
Okay.
No, she's BC.
Oh, that's cute. But I don't. There we go. It's telling me this video is unavailable.
Ugh.
Hold on, maybe I can fix this. Oh, I got it. Oh no, that's not hers. That's just one she posted.
It's gonna be the emblem of Superman and says BC, and you'll see right underneath it. It says @StarSun IRL footage of me and Star.
Okay, here we go. I think this one. That's cute.
And if you notice above her is the shadow of my tits.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Shadow is, and it took me several times to realize what she put there. And once they said it, I was dying laughing.
That's funny.
Hello, Art. Carrr.
Damn it!
What?
I can't find my hi Demos. I can't find my tab.
Also, children, I must inform you. Sadly, there's probably not going to be a stream tomorrow. I'm letting you know. Your girl has a lot going on. A whole lot.
She's a busy girl.
As a busy one. And while I may not be driving to Charlotte, I still got shit to do. I made another simp drawing. Where is it? Ah, there it is. I humbly offer you, my children, another simp. You're welcome.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You have been given the gift of the king. You are welcome. Enjoy.
Hi, Moon.
Moon drew something so cute today.
I saw it.
I was like, oh, it was so precious.
Adorable.
And again, guys, since it is a bone of contention, obviously, when I talk about fan art, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're only making the content because you could get it." No. If you want to make fan art of, well, actually, no, that's been a funny thing. I was gonna say, if you want to make fan art of Has Been a Hotel or Hell of a Boss, fucking Vizzy Pop is known to say, "Hey, go ahead," but apparently, Amazon told her no. Because there's been a lot of class actions on Etsy against the artists. And that's what I try to warn people. They don't want, listen, I get it. And I do think it's a little shitty that I did it without warning since she's invited people to do it. But this is what I tried to warn people and they don't want to hear it. The owner of the IP can rescind it at any time. They can take back that you're allowed to make profit or art off of their characters at any time.
And if you sell it to somebody else like Amazon, they can do the same thing.
Exactly. Which is why I get a big kick when people get very mad at me. I'm sorry that facts hurt your feelings. Maybe make your own characters and sell that shit. But I digress. That being said, if you make artwork directly as a gift to someone, like even if it is IP, but if you're going to the creator of that IP and saying, I made this for you.
There's a huge difference between making art to make fan art because you like it and and selling it. You can, as long as you're not making a profit, you can make just about anything you want.
Well, the problem is that's where the laws get very vague, because the thing is, if you have a channel, right, and your entire portfolio is fan art, and you gain followers, patrons, you have AdSense on any of your things, you're technically making money off of them. The IP makes it very much, if it is a character that does not belong to you, no matter what, you're performing theft of some form. Now, maybe I'm using the wrong technical term, but the fact of the matter is, it's not yours. It is not yours. And while no, you can't serve jail time, you can get sued. And
you can be fined, and that fine is not cheap.
Right. And in some cases, it can get you blacklisted. It can take you away from stuff. People don't want to hear this. So I digress. There is a difference. So if anyone ever wants to draw something for me, I don't hate it. However, Quiet Chris, if you're watching this, you ever draw slash of Red and Gee, I will find you and I will poison your candy corn. I put up a drawing. Now, Red and Gee, we all know who Gee is. We all know, I just showed him. Gee has an older brother named Red, short for Reginald. Okay? I just randomly sketched them. Okay? And whatchamacallit? He got all excited. Oh, they're experimenting. And I said, they are brothers, sir. And so now I think he's doing just to torture me, but just in case.
I have a question.
Slashers don't care. Don't help them, Matthew.
No. I have a question.
What?
What is Slash?
No one tell her. She's innocent. Let her stay sane. What?
Honey, do you know what Slash is?
No, sheep, don't do it. Let her stay innocent.
He doesn't know either.
Oh, they're both innocent. You shut your whore mouth. Don't do it, Matthew.
Hey, Avery.
The boss.
I didn't hear anything.
Swords slash. That's all I need to say.
What?
Swords slash. Think of a euphemism for a sword. You read dirty books.
No, I really don't.
Where's Rachel when we need her? You know.
I think this has something to do with penises.
Boys have a penis and girls have a vagina.
Don't worry, Moon. I know better than to look up things about sex. This is how I avoided the 2 girls 1 cup issue. Not asexual. I have proof.
Somebody clip that. I can't.
Clip what?
My ear hurts.
Your ear hurts.
Inuyasha fan.
The amount of Inuyasha Sesshomaru art is disgusting. You don't understand. Oh, God. I think it's about penises. That had to be the most. Oh, God. I felt like I was talking to a sweet little old lady that's in her garden flowering her azaleas. She sees just a horde of gay men going by in a gay pride parade float. And she turns to her elderly husband and goes, I think it was about penises. That is me. Oh, my God. I walked away and missed the joke. Oh, God, Avery.
I wouldn't call it a joke. I wasn't trying to tell a joke. I was just expressing an honest thought.
She broke me. She broke me for a minute. Avery, do you know what slash is? That's all you need to know. Them's be the joke. God, I lost the plot. Oh my god. I'm gone. Whew. Anyways.
I'm back to this asexual comment. Why does this make me asexual?
Because in Black Cat's world, if you do not know degeneracy, you must be a bibi.
Oh, okay.
Right hand diagonal move downwards. Sure.
Okay.
What he's talking about.
You see, you said slash it. I was thinking of the guitarist.
I mean, dueling guitars, dueling swords, dueling bananas, dueling eggplants. The euphemisms are endless. But it might be about a penis.
There's nothing wrong with being ace. I'm just not.
That's bad. Wait till she hears what happens down at the docks. What are they docking, sir? I am weapons trained, so slash in my eyes is an actual move. Oh, someone's making moves, sir. That is for sure. Lots of thrusts.
And to be fair, that technically could be considered a weapon. Depends on how big it is.
Oh, God. I can't. What's wrong with being A6? I don't know what's wrong with being A6. You tell me. Whatchamacalls it. Anyways. There's nothing wrong with being asexual. The problem is, in my personal opinion, from someone who's known many people that are technically asexual, I think there's way too many labels on sexuality. You're not asexual. You just don't like most people.
Or anyone. That's a fair thing.
Or anyone. That's not being asexual. It just means no one's got your gears grinding, because most asexual people I know still enjoy sex. It's just with the right person. That just means you're discerning. Congrats, you're not a whore like the rest of us. Move on. And it's like, I feel like we find way too many reasons to label each other. Oh boy, I see what we were talking about now. Well, now. Oh, did you look it up?
Mm-mm.
Not you, Avery.
Oh, he probably did.
That's probably the oh boy of realization. You're not asexual. You just don't like your pickle being tickled. Right.
I don't have a pickle.
Or your clam being rammed. I mean, either way, you don't like it. It's I think too many people have normalized being overtly horny. And not enough people have normalized that some people just... Nova, no! You ate already. Get your whore ass down.
Speaking of horse.
God almighty.
So, what do lemons mean?
Do lemons. Pineapples, I know, not lemons.
I don't know anything about lemons. I mean, I know about lemon party. But...
That's gonads, honey, and no. Technically, where the testicles develop is where our labia majora is. And minora. You want to get into anatomy. I learned that quite some time ago.
That's where they go after they drop.
That's the same. We don't technically develop them.
No.
We have the primordial sac. I just don't want to have kids. Casual sex seems awkward to me. I agree. I do not disagree on any level. I always have found casual sex to be odd, and the reason being, when you look at the animal world, casual sex makes sense in the animal world because the only purpose animals have is to procreate and create new animals.
That is the entire reason of sex, no matter what you are.
Exactly. Which is something that let me tell you something. When I tell people that, they're like, no, it's for pleasure. I said, no, nature made pleasure the reason why you want to create them. It's not the other way around. We were meant to create, and then somewhere along the line, God, nature figured out if people enjoy doing it, they're more apt to make more. I should probably get earphones. Well,
depends on where you're hearing the conversation.
I bring this up because I wasn't planning on making it in this direction. Drunken Bunny. Oh God. Here we go.
Did we get in trouble?
How you do?
Does this person do slash?
Working, sir. Ray, I just educated her on what slash is. She broke me. Whatchamacalls it though? I bring it up because if any of you have heard, I think it was the BBC or some either it was Discovery, BBC, or National Geographic. Gay nature.
Oh God, that.
Queer nature. And I'm like, nobody understands animals, I guess, even the fucking experts. Because I've been preaching a video about how people are too horny to the point where being vanilla. Right, yes, I did see that. Vanilla is vanilla because, number one, really good vanilla is fucking delicious.
Don't forget, vanilla is actually the #1 preferred ice cream flavor.
It is. And the thing is, I'm sorry that you need to be hanging from a ceiling fan with 3 ball gags and nipple clamps in order to get an orgasm. Some of us can just enjoy it the normal way. Okay? And and Ray, you are such a liar. Vanilla is one of my favorite ice creams. One of my favorite ice creams is Breyer's natural vanilla. Because it's just so good. I love it.
I made vanilla ice cream with my raw milk, and it was absolutely delicious. Now, I think the recipe I used called for more vanilla than I would typically use. It actually wanted me to use 2 whole vanilla beans, which I did. And when I say this was vanilla ice cream, I mean
vanilla.
It made me look tan. So
never turns you on, right? But the point is, it is so with this gay nature, they try to say, "Oh, well, homosexuality happens in nature."
Not my milk. Well, the milk I own. It's not like I made the milk. I bought the milk from the cow people.
Cow people?
Well, I mean, yes.
How many milking ladies did they have?
I think it's just one man.
Forget when shit hits the fan. Wait till the balls hit the fan. Sometimes Kick has a what? It's probably under the couch. Nova was trying to get into the fucking food.
Oh God!
I tried purple yam ice cream. Oh, ube ice cream is really good. I've had ube.
I meant to message you last week. My mother went to visit my little brother in Washington, and she went to an H Mart.
Did she love it?
I didn't ask her if she loved it, but she brought me home some stuff. So
I have an H Mart 2 hours away, and that is why I haven't gone to it, because I have to, 1, convince Starman to drive 2 hours to go to one market, and then 2, I got to make it worth our time. So this is never going to be like a $50 trip. Nay. If I'm going to make this man drive 2 hours one way, and then we're going to spend several hours shopping, and then drive back. Oh, no. You must understand. Starsan's got to bring like $600 because we got to stock up for the fucking year. I've got to bring coolers. I have to bring multiple bags. So, yes, Nova. Come here. What is the malfunction?
Yeah, no. Mom wasn't a big fan of it because it's still shopping. Mom is not a fan of shopping.
But shopping's so fun. That's where we spend our money and we get yummy things.
Yeah, she doesn't like that.
So as of today, this young lady is 10 years old.
Aww.
Oh, my baby. Oh, my darling. And there's a photo of me with her like this in the car when she was a little bitty baby and she had her tongue out. And she looked like Miley Cyrus at the award show when she had that little turkey baster outfit on.
Turkey baster.
That's what I call it. When she did that blurred lines with what's his name, she bent over. She looked like a turkey that just been basted. So I was like,
hey,
damn.
Arcanis.
Let's see. There's so many people. Tell that man to get ready. Matthew, your boyfriend is ready for you.
No, the boyfriend wants to go to H Mart.
Wrong boyfriend. Drunken bunny.
No, he wants to go to H Mart.
Oh, we going?
Yeah.
Ray, when you driving, let's go. but you got to pay too.
You gotta pay too.
We've only gone total 3 times. Once was with my boss. The other 2 times were with Starman. I spend like 50 to 80 at a Japanese jelly shop. Yeah, but that's probably like grounded. Bite me. Do something. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? But whatchamacalls it? Let's see. Yes, happy birthday to Nova. And then yesterday was Starman's and my official 18 years together.
Woo!
So very excited about that. And I want to announce it early on, and I'll bring it up again just because I'm really excited about it. I already told Horror about this, and we all kind of watch the same people. So before I say anything, who here has ever watched something by Brittany Venti or Think Before You Sleep? Anyone? Horror, have you?
I think no. I know who Brittany Venti is, but I haven't actually watched anything by her. And I've heard of Think Before You Sleep, but again, I haven't actually watched anything by them.
I haven't watched anything. Well, most of you have heard of their company that they usually partner with, Reed Street Soap. Right? And Illy versus that. Bueller. SD Kong, you got it on tonight. And
apparently, Avery has a problem with Think Before You Sleep.
Oh boy, how come?
And says he's a sellout.
How's he a sellout?
Oh,
I don't know either. Sounds like a Pop-Tart or 20D. Think Before You Sleep is another channel. So, Reed Street Soap. Brittany versus Pearl. Yeah. After he got with Venti. I mean, it's his fiance.
Oh, are they together?
They're engaged, yeah.
Oh, congratulations to them.
His vids change. I don't know. To me, they seem the same. I mean, the guys always have the same kind of voice and everything. I don't think he's gone downhill. I think the problem is that he's had more drama come his way. And
yeah, there was that whole Illymation thing, which I did know about.
Yeah, so that was him. Well, I started conversing not because of them, but he removed some of his older vids. That might be because of copyright due to YouTube. Sometimes you don't get that choice in the matter. YouTube will sometimes make you do it. Pussy cucked him. Listen, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But YouTube will take a lot of options away from you. Like, for instance, the whole thing with Jubilee and ABBA and Preach. And with ABBA and Preach, they were willing to nuke their channel to prove a point. But most people are not ABBA and Preach. Most people are not willing to nuke their channel. They don't make enough money for it. They don't have enough diversified money for it.
Yeah.
YouTube will come after 10-year-old vids. Yes, they'll come after 18-year-old vids.
There is no statute of limitations on YouTube.
This was just as they got together. It doesn't mean they weren't doing it, though, because copyright's been happening for years now. I can't tell you what the video was. I'm just telling you based off of what I know from what I know about other larger YouTubers that I'm friends with. But that's besides the point. We're derailing the conversation, Avery. You can hate him. That is fine. I neither hate nor love him. I just enjoy his content. And I love that he went after Illymation because while I used to love her for her animations, I really don't like how much of a flaming liberal she's become and a bully. But I digress.
And you repeat yourself.
I do quite a bit. So, Reed Street Soap, I reached out to because I don't know how many of you know this. I love Lush. I love Lush. I know Lush does not love me, but I love Lush. And the reason I love it is because of my skin. I have eczema, I have psoriasis, you all know this. And so I have been religiously giving them my money for the better part of the last 18 years. And it's the only soap I don't use any body soap but theirs, or I didn't. And they're the only shampoo that I use. The only conditioner I don't get from is my conditioner that's by OGX, but the conditioner that I had from OGX is discontinued now. Now, that being said, I reached out because I really wanted to work with them, hearing about whatchamacallit, hearing about how happy they were to work with right wingers. And now I am. So they are going to be an official sponsor for me. We are working together, me and
Woo, congratulations.
And so I really want you guys to think about, this is part of her new summer collection. Shit smells amazing. I'm going to be working with her for a bunch of different things. Right now, she's got the Primal Element soap. She has got no, sorry, not Primal Element. This is the Lemon Meringue. This is the Wild Mulberry Meadows. Down with you, right-wing extremists. This is the one I'm really excited about because I kind of helped inspire it. I love exfoliating soaps. And this is Summer Prairie Bliss. And this is a peach-scented soap with poppy seeds in it to help with exfoliation.
Nice.
And I will say, out of all of them, this is the mulberry one's really pretty. You can't see it on camera, but it's got a shimmery purple look to it. And then you have this, which is very clearly very, whatchamacallit. It's very patriotic. It's based off of, if you're from America, you'll know what we're talking about. Those little red, white, and blue rocket pops. This is based off of that. And it does kind of smell like it's called Patriotic Popsicle. It smells really good. And then also, I got to sample some candles.
Ooh.
Very excited. This one smells like berries, and this one smells like campfire. And too bad we're at the point to judge product due to it being right wing or left wing. How about a good product? Well,
that's what she's talking about. It's a good product.
Because I was not really willing until I tested everything out. I used myself because, one, ordering from Lush was getting really expensive. They're going up and up and up, right? We have the rockets. You mean the popsicle, right? Yes, SD Kong. That's what I'm talking about. And so I was trying to get from a local soap shop here in my area. And I went and I spent like $45 on a bunch of sample soaps. And I noticed that, so with Lush, because you guys know I can't wash every single day like most people because it will destroy my skin. But I noticed like within a day or two on the soap from my local shop, I was smelling weird. I was smelling weird in ways I'd never smelled before. And I was like, so what are they putting in this soap? This is supposed to be handmade, small batch soaps. It was not giving. It was not giving clean. The initial smell was good. Everything was great. But then after that, I wasn't feeling clean. So I ordered 2 bars from Reed Street Soap to try and see what would happen. It is same quality as Lush, straight up. And she does a really good job making her product. Starman and I have been using, they were putting in Revenge, right? I guess. And so I noticed that I was not getting any BO at all. And I was like, you have to have really quality soap to do that. I noticed that my skin was clearing up easier. The only thing I needed was a little bit of a exfoliation. But again, you have my skin conditions. So that's why I agree, Arcanus. I'm not going to just recommend something because they lean my way. That's why I shop with Lush for so long. Lush does not lean my way whatsoever. And I have to say that the thing with sponsoring soaps, you can't complain if it leaves you teary-eyed.
Unless it's Johnson's and Johnson's, no tears. And then, obviously.
And then we found out that's not no tears, it's no tears. We've been wrong this whole time. It's
What do you
meant
mean no tears?
no tears in the hair. It's meant to not tear up your hair and dry it out. It's not meant to be no tears.
Then why do they put it in a teardrop?
I don't know.
Oh, nah, I gotta Google this shit.
I'm not joking. I spend like $60 every few months on Dr. Squatch soaps. They make me feel like a princess but smell like a king. Well, I will tell you, if you want to give it a chance, it will help me out. No tears, yes. If you want to help me out, if you want to support a business that would not cancel you and also really does have high quality, go look up Reed Street Soap. I'm going to be working very closely with them. We're going to be making a lot of amazing things. I'm going to be helping update some stuff. And I will say the candles smell phenomenal. This one smells like campfire. And the only reason I haven't burned it yet.
Whoever told you that's full bullshit?
Who? I read it on their website. I read it on
their website right now. The appealing promise has its roots in the late 1940s. Up until then, parents typically used an all-purpose bar soap to wash babies' hair. It was a way to save money and to cope with shortages brought on by World War II. After the war, market research conducted by Johnson & Johnson found that when it came to shampoo specifically designed for small children, mom and dads wanted a milk liquid soap that wouldn't irritate the eyes. After 5 years in development, the company began testing Johnson's baby shampoo in 6 major U.S. cities. The result was a smash hit. According to the article, according to the article in the April 1954 Johnson & Johnson Bulletin, the employee publication in that era, never before had Johnson & Johnson product found such an immediate, overwhelming consumer acceptance. What made the shampoo so popular was that it didn't cause any eye irritation that created so much bath stress for little ones. The company came out with this and made this selling point part of the product's official name, Johnson's Baby Shampoo with No More Tears.
Oh no, I was told the opposite.
This is the Johnson website.
Also, before you finish, Ray, do you want a bar? Take and test it home. Because there's no Zach to steal it from you now. Oh, that man was a piece of junk. Oh, that man was a piece of shit. Ray's one of the nicest people I know.
Yes, you've told me about him.
Zach was one of the largest lumps of human waste I've ever seen. But he's the reason I have Sinbad, so he gets that 1/4 point of human life.
Broken clocks twice a day.
That's very true. You know, this is why we're friends.
But yeah, no, it's no more. It is No More Tears, according to the Johnson website. I mean, you can put it in an eyedropper. I don't necessarily mean.
I mean, the soap conversations. No, listen. We're gonna lather this up, and we are going to get every bubble popped. That's all I know.
We will check and wash every nook and cranny.
We're gonna scrub out the truth. That's what we're gonna do. You're trusting the revision of the history ever. This is soapaganda, okay? You're believing big soap, all right?
Well,
I know the truth.
Yes.
I know the truth. Oh, please. The other day, soapaganda. Listen. Soapgate 2024. Oh, and I wanted to also say, that's one of the reasons why I brought it up. Big Soap Pharma, right? I will also mention, there's a reason why these ones are really exciting, guys. She has ventured into beef tallow. You can't get that from Lush because they're all vegan. Good evening, ladies. Happy Memorial Day. Yes, a blessed Memorial Day, by the way, guys.
Hello, Mr. Wrong.
Yes, thank you to all that has served and helped make America safe. Well, until Biden got in. The safe country it was.
Hey, I'm still safe here.
Listen to the mountain lady. Oh, look at me. Look at me. I'm so safe up on the top of this mountain. You won't be safe when the savages start raiding the mountain, lady.
You gotta get up the mountain first.
Listen, half of those people are going to be hocked up on their free government drugs. They're going to have all of the jazz, maybe none of the
They will run out of drugs before they get halfway up the hill. Oh my god.
to do is make a backtrack to Portland and get there.
The supply lines will have to catch up.
It'll be a little supply line of heroin all the way to the mountains. No longer the same. Oh, speaking of, my husband showed me the day, the cryptids, all right? Now, there's a cryptid for every state. Would you like to know the Colorado cryptid that people have guaranteed they've seen? It's a flying fucking humpback whale. Now, I can believe a lot of them. I can believe Nessie, Caddy. I can believe the potential pterodactyls, because these are animals that could hide on some level. Sasquatch, Yeti, again, Chupacabra. You could find a way to explain these critters. Someone explain to me just how high is the Rocky Mountain High that someone's seeing a supersized, mountain-sized humpback whale sailing through the mountains.
I mean, between the lack of atmosphere and the amount of pot they smoke.
Honest politicians count as cryptids.
Yes.
Yes. I was
There's
gonna say, that's just speaking in
you can't even say that. I mean, there's about 2 politicians I actually like, and
whale of a story for sure, though. You know what? SD Kong, you brought your A game tonight, my friend. You're making Keek great again.
Alex, we can hear you.
Dante was pretty loud beforehand, and now. Oh, and the dog group finally calmed down about telling me that brachycephalic dogs are healthy.
Oh, did they finally realize they're wrong, or did they just shut up?
Shut up.
Oh.
They just got bored. No. Heaven forbid they ever think they're actually wrong. You silly goose. I'm trying to find the picture post about it. Here it is. So, Colorado, the Slide Rock Bolter. Origin, the Rocky Mountains. Giant whale-like creature sliding down the mountainsides. First-hand account, miners of the 1800s claim to see large swaths of disturbed earth and strange tracks. Because a boulder couldn't have done that. Nope. I'm gonna get the picture because you gotta see it. You gotta see it.
Well, we appreciate you, Wrong. I always do very much.
Poppin', thank you, Wrong. Penny, just climb on my butt.
Though, for the record, I would like to, while she's paused for a second and I can get a word in edgewise, I would like to say, if anybody wants to go over to my Abysmal Critic channel when we're not streaming and just watch the videos over and over again to get me my watch hours, I'd appreciate it.
This fucking bitch. All I ever hear is, I don't know what to say when you're not there. Oh, I have a hard time talking. Oh,
I can figure out what to say when I'm making fun of you, though.
This fucking hoe. I want you to imagine. This. Yeah. This is not to realize this is a real.
It's gotta be AI art. That has to be AI art.
It is AI, but the legend is real. Well, not real, but they really believe it.
Yeah.
I want to know what the fuck those miners were drinking. And Connecticut has the most retarded. Oh my god.
It gets worse than that.
Melon heads.
Oh, those are cute.
Listen.
They remind me of the Studio Ghibli little forest spirits.
Florida has the skunk ape. Georgia has the Altamaha, which is let's see. Oh, that's the extended. Hold on. I'm gonna read off the list to you guys. You tell me which ones you want to hear. Okay. Step aside, Sharknado. Alabama, the Huggin' Molly. Alaska, the Kushtaka. Arizona, Skinwalkers. Well, we all know what the fuck those are. That's easy. Arkansas, the Groro. California, the Dark Watchers. You just read Colorado. You saw Connecticut. Delaware, the Selbyville Swamp Monster.
Ooh.
Florida's the Skunk Ape. I read to you, Georgia. Hawaii, the Night Marchers. Idaho, the Charlie. Illinois, the On-Field Horror. Indiana, the Beast of Busco. Iowa, Van Meter Visitor. Kansas, the Sinkhole Sam. Kentucky, this one happens to be Matt's favorite, the Pope Lick Monster. Just marinate on that. Louisiana, the Rougarou. Now, I knew about this.
I know about the Rougarou.
Which is, if you want to know, spoiler alert, it's a werewolf. It's just a voodoo werewolf. Spectre
French
Moose-
voodoo werewolf, yeah.
Well, I know because there was a romance novel about it.
I just know because I like cryptids.
And Spectre Moose, which I think is very self-explanatory, for Maine. And I'm pretty sure it was just a white moose. I've been in Maine long enough. Maryland is the Goat Man. Massachusetts is the Dover Demon.
Hmm.
Michigan is the Michigan Dog Man.
I heard him.
Minnesota is the Wendigo. Mississippi is the Pascagoula River Aliens. Missouri is the Momo. Montana is the Shunkawarakan.
Never heard of that one.
I'll say, go ahead, Miss Cryptid, tell me. And Nebraska is the Alkali Lake Monster. Nevada is Tahoe Tessie, which I'm assuming is just another version of Nessie.
Well, which surprises me about Montana because they should have gone with the monster of Flathead Lake.
I think this is just like the major ones. New Hampshire is the Wood Devils. New Jersey is, say it with me, kids,
The Jersey Devil.
New Mexico, La Llorona. New York, Champ. If you don't know Lake Champlain. North Carolina is the Beast of Bladdenboro. I neither know where Bladdenboro is, nor have I ever heard of this. These are all sound like something I would call the in-laws.
Maybe they are somebody's in-laws. That's why they're on the list.
That's why they're cryptic. Oh. North Dakota, the Winnewashitu. Ohio, the Loveland Frogman. Oklahoma is the Oklahoma Octopus. Oregon is the Colossal Claude. Pennsylvania is the Squonk. Now, this one pissed me off. Rhode Island is Mercy Brown. Mercy Brown wasn't a cryptid. She was an actual person. I know because I did an entire documentary myself at 17 about Mercy Brown. I went and visited her grave. I went and did research on all the graveyards because Rhode Island is considered the American capital of vampire stories. We have the most vampire stories. Mercy Brown's story is a very sad one. She died very young. I believe she was 18, and she died in winter. If you've ever been in New England, it's fucking cold.
Yep.
Okay? Rhode Island gets frozen fast. The ground is frozen as early as September sometimes. Okay? When she died, especially back then, this happened in the 1700s, I believe. When she died, she was young, she was already pretty, and they stuck her in a tomb because they were waiting until the spring to bury her, as was very common. If you go to New England, you'll see a lot of above ground crypts. This was so that way they could store the bodies of their deceased in there during the cold months until the ground softened and they could bury their loved ones. Okay. Well, Mercy's brother got sick. I think it was tuberculosis. And they were convinced a vampire was feeding off of him. And usually back then, the belief of vampires was it was someone in your family. So someone started accusing Mercy of being the vampire. Well, when they went into the crypt and they pulled it open, Mercy's cheeks were still red. Her lips were still red, and her skin looked fresh. Well, no fucking shit. She was frozen.
She'd been refrigerated for a long period of time, basically.
So what they then did was they cut out this poor child's heart, burned it on a stone near the grave, and made her brother eat the ash.
That is the proper way to destroy a vampire, yes.
He still died.
Yep. That's normal.
And so, no mercy for Mercy. What is creepy, though, is I didn't tell anyone I was doing that documentary except for 2 of my friends. And someone did call the house once claiming to be Mercy Brown while I was doing that. And then they hung up on us. So that was weird.
Oh, they could have seen you, visiting the grave and shit, so.
It was probably they didn't know my phone number. Remember, this was the early 2000s. I didn't have a cell phone. And
Yeah, but everybody was in this big book.
No, we weren't listed. My mom made sure because she was a loan officer that she wasn't listed. So it was a little weird. Ash eating seems much, right?
But that's how you cure their relatives because the actual vampire lore is way different than what you see in the movies.
Vampire lore is much, much different. It's somewhat more boring too. I did a whole documentary.
When you're looking at
it. As I say, it depends. It depends on what year you were looking at it and all that jazz. But anyways,
the Romanian vampires are cool. That's all.
I personally still loved it. We actually had to get special permission to go into a couple of the graveyards because they were so old.
Oh, cool.
Which in the dead of winter, walking through 1.5 feet of snow, I was dedicated. But anyways, Exeter is not fun. And is believed to be a vampire for her well-preserved corpse when her well-preserved corpse was exhumed. First-hand account, 1892. Okay, so I was off. Locals exhumed her body, fearing she was vampire causing illness. South Carolina, lizard man escape or swamp. But again, this is why I'm mad about the Mercy Brown thing. She's an actual person. The rest of these are just...
Was an actual person, yeah.
Like... The South Dakota Takuhe. Tennessee is the Tennessee wild man. I know somebody said they were waiting for Tennessee. Should have known. Seems like something I would have with cereal. Texas is the Chupacabra. Oh, God. Utah is the Bear Lake Monster. Vermont is the Pig Man. Virginia is the Bunny Man. I think people were getting lazy at this point.
No, I remember that it's actually got a whole thing behind it, so.
Well, let's see. The Bunny Man is a man in a bunny costume attacking people with an axe. First-hand account in the 1970s. People reported seeing a figure in a bunny suit wielding an axe near a bridge.
Yep. Washington
is the Bigfoot. West Virginia is the Mothman. Wisconsin is the Hodag, which has a hedgehog emblem. I'm assuming that means it's a hedgehog. A fearsome creature with horns, fangs, and a spiked back. First-hand account in the late 1800s, a local timber cruiser claimed to have captured one. And
hi to Beast. I was just saying hi to the Beast.
Hi to Beast. And Wyoming, the jackalope. And so, I can you're wrong if she's a hot obe. What?
Obey.
Need spelling. Actually, I think you got it right.
I think that is correct, yeah.
Nope, take out the E and you got it. Ohio was the trailer park drunk. How can you be scared of Sonic? I didn't know Ron Jeremy was a cryptid. At least I didn't walk in on the waxing vagina. God almighty.
No, you missed the penis conversation earlier.
Oh, that was a doozy. She broke me. My ear still hurts. Yeah, Idaho, Charlie. In the land of potatoes, the wide open spaces, but guess what? Not all spuds and scenic views. Nope. Idaho's got its own cryptid lurking beneath the surface of Payette Lake. Meet Charlie, the monster that's been giving locals creeps for generations. Because why wouldn't a peaceful lake in Idaho have a monster, right? It's Idaho's answer to Nessie, supposedly. First spotted back in 1920 by some brave souls who were probably just trying to enjoy a quiet day of fishing. Instead, they saw something massive and mysterious moving through the water. Descriptions of Charlie vary, but most agree it's a giant serpent-like creature somewhere between a prehistoric dinosaur. Here's what I will say about all of these. A lot of these things have been made independent of each other, people that never heard about the other things. I am in the idea of extremely large lakes have probably large cave systems that even we don't know about.
Mhm.
And there is I believe, considering the fact that if you actually look at genealogy, I've been reading a lot about it lately. Technically, crocodiles branched off of dinosaurs. Like dinosaurs and crocodiles came from the same lineage, and they branched off, and crocodilians went one way, dinosaurs went the other. And if you look, there's quite a few birds of today that are direct descendants, albeit a very long descension, of dinosaurs. So
It's like
clearly,
that PETA thing. It says if you wouldn't eat a Tyrannosaurus Rex, you wouldn't eat a chicken. And I'm like, I'd totally eat a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
here's what I'm saying. All right, let's just call a spade a spade. One Tyrannosaurus Rex equals like at least 1,000 chickens.
Right.
I mean, if we're just gonna go off of logic, I would rather us mass breed Tyrannosaurus Rexes, slaughter about 3 or 4 of them, and you have solved a lot.
Of hunger's problem, yes.
Like, that's what we're gonna feed. What do the poor people eat? They'll eat dinosaurs, darling.
Let them have T-Rex.
Right. Let them have T-Rex. Sonny, not you two. Get down. Sonny. It's just like no respect. Sonny.
Well, at least they know where the food is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what a shock. Matt. I need a spritz. Well, then come get this boy off here because I got a cat on my ass. Oh, now you run. Star's not out here starving. We're hungry. Listen. I merely wish to save the world.
I just want to eat a T-Rex.
So, when I was supposed to go to Africa back in the day, there was rumors that we were going to get to eat lion when we were there, and I was a little tempted.
I'd do it.
I didn't get to go, but
I'll try anything once.
I don't like veal, and I think there's certain meats I wouldn't eat. You go
I mean,
on bed?
veal's just young cow, so.
He ran, but make sure there's water in that dish. It's really low. What should we
But
call?
I don't really like veal either.
Oh, good golly, Miss Smalley. I cannot wait
Hey.
for Thursday. What?
Even apex predators, something eats them eventually.
That's true.
Just saying.
A pussy on a butt. Guys pay good money to say such things. It's a little one. It's a little gray one. She's half bald. Penny. What are you doing? What? She's looking at me like, why are you looking at me?
What did I do?
What did I do? Whatchamacallit. The only meat I don't eat is... You guys all need a bunk. Should we go back to the Slash conversation? Is that what you all want to hear?
I'm done. I already figured out it's about penises. There's nothing else to talk about.
The way you said it was so adorable. I think they're talking about penises. Gotta see if I can type. Another good news.
Hey, Mary. Murray. I'm not sure which one. I apologize.
Marie. Let's see. Oh, good googly moogly. I think I'm getting more tired than I thought, but I don't.
No, you've had some long weeks recently.
Oh, and I finally got the clog in the sink fixed,
Yay!
but my faucet isn't replaced. If you all want to know why,
It's
ask
expensive.
our man.
Why isn't it replaced?
He chose not to let him do it while he was there.
What?
So now the gentleman's coming back out again.
But why wouldn't he let him just do it?
Oh, that's a long convo.
Okay.
But yeah, it's an illogical thing, and but I did have some fun things to show you guys.
These things drained now, so that's good.
Huh? Yeah.
These things drain now, so that's good. Yeah.
Of course, now the dishwasher leaks a little. Story of my life. In the 20s and 30s, a group of scientists dug up a frozen mammoth and ate it. They all got sick. Right. However, fun fact, a bunch of scientists also ate bog butter and did not get sick. Totally did not spend 3 hours writing 2 paragraphs of a spicy scene until it felt 50% less corny and forgot about the stream.
It's okay. When we needed help earlier, you weren't here.
Yeah. When we needed you most, you weren't there. The world needed you. What, butter? Oh, so you never heard. Okay, so a lot of folks don't think about refrigeration as an ancient technique, which is actually a really ignorant thing to think.
Mhm.
So here's why. Refrigeration has been around for thousands of years. It's just not in the way that we think. Okay. So number one, a lot of times in like places that are cold, what a lot of folks would do, like in Rhode Island, they would take oak barrels, usually after they'd use them to brew beer or something like that, and they would line them with wax and tar, and then they would put their fruits and vegetables in the barrels, seal them tight, and weigh them down in the whatchamacallit, in the rivers and lakes, because the water would stay cold throughout the winter, and they would keep them buoyed and or anchored to the shore. So whenever they needed something, they would go out, pull the rope in. This is why basements started. Basements served no purpose other than to store things, because the lower into the earth you go, the colder it gets. There's also the truth about the ice box. Again, this is how I know shit about Rhode Island. Rhode Island was one of the top distributors in America of ice for hundreds of years, because our water was always very clean and crisp. And so they would chop up the ice from the lakes and rivers, and they would ship it out to the rest of the country. But going back even further, you got a lot of people that did that in bogs. So if you go to a lot of Europe, they have a lot of bogs and swamps, which are highly acidic, and they don't have a lot of air flowing through them. So what a lot of times they would do is they would store food in bags, or sometimes straight out.
Sometimes Crocs.
Yeah. And bog butter was when they would find, and how they realized they did this was bog butter. They would take butter, large chunks of butter, and because it was a valuable resource, they would stick it in the bog.
And I can say from experience, it takes time to make.
Just a little bit, especially back then. You know, we got all this ice house bogs. So bogs, what? Future. And bogs are essentially a swamp. They're highly acidic, but they're essentially a swamp. But they are fantastic for storing things. Now, they don't smell great, but they do store stuff. And historians started excavating bogs not for any other reason, but accidentally, when they were getting construction, they discovered bodies in bogs. And they discovered food in bogs. And this is when people started realizing that people were buried in there. Some people that were criminals were killed in bogs. So a lot of stuff that goes into it. Like, there's that man that they found, and he looks like he was born, like he died right the next day, the day before, rather.
Oh, the Precambrian? No, that's not right.
No, I know that's an age, but I know what you're trying to say. Let me see. Let me go to Google. Sorry, Penny, I gotta move you for a minute. Like, if you guys ever wonder what I spend my time watching, I spend my time either watching about food history or just random history, or animals, and then police cam. So I look about a lot of stuff. The bog bodies. Let's see. Bog.
Hold on.
That sounds, there's a fight. Heard your mom shout. Where'd she run? Oh yeah, she turned everything off. That was a true fight. Bog butter doesn't sound great. Well, I mean, you got to realize something. A lot of this was done during a time where they didn't really have any other choice. There wasn't the other option. It was, you did this or you didn't have your food. So these look like statues, but these are people that were found in the bogs. And when they found this particular man, they originally started an investigation for murder, because they thought he had been killed recently. Because as you see, there is a rope around his neck. But then they found out later that more than likely this man was a slave who was murdered and put in the bog. Okay, make sure the mat gets hung up and or actually just put the mat straight in front of the litter box. We know what's gonna happen. I love you. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
And let me see. Was it Lestat? Also, I have a question, guys. And Starman, don't go too far when I ask this. If I can't stream, would you guys want Starman to stream in my place and just talk to you guys? He said the other day he'd do it for me if he could, and I said I think they wouldn't mind it. And you know, maybe you guys could give him prompts. He could try to draw something.
I can't draw.
I said try. Keyword. I said try. What type of bog? Insects and not should have composed. No, you got to realize something. It's that sounds. They like the idea of you streaming no matter what, babe. They're saying it. Yeah, we didn't say drawing. They disagree with you. So you are not realizing, just like how, yes, in a desert, people can get destroyed, things can get destroyed. It doesn't necessarily mean it's 100%. It has to be the right kind of bog. It has to be in the right area. These are typically peat bogs. And I believe they're in Denmark, I want to say. But all of these people were found in it. This man was found in it. And I find it fascinating. I find the discovery of these bodies very fascinating. That would be cool. Yeah, they all think it's cool, babe. Babe. As Rachel puts it, Starman could literally stream himself reading off dad jokes and rating them, and we'd be there. See, now he's scared because you guys actually might be into it. Ireland, I thought there are some in Ireland. Yes, I know that some of them are in Ireland, but I remember reading about some of them in another area too. Let me see. There was. I can only type with one hand, but I'm trying to remember how. Let's see. Frozen ancient man. So this is Ötzi, okay? And he doesn't look real. But Ötzi was found. This is exactly how he was found. This is the photo of them finding him. It doesn't look real. You look at that and you're like, okay, somebody put a costume, like a horror prop. But no, that's a real, that is really how they found him. And it is incredible. Supposedly this one is a frozen human found in the Himalayas. I don't know how true it is. But as for Ötzi, he's one of the greatest discoveries. They found tattoos on him. They're not very, detailed. But imagine seeing that when you're just starting to look. Arctic bog, is that a thing? No. You don't look real.
Like, he's a white bear. What does he know?
Sorry, Starson. Edie is here and I can only sit for one person, but I was here first. It's all good in the hood. We heard screaming, we heard dogs, and then we heard nothing.
No, everything's fine.
Oh, okay, good.
Sydney was just chasing the cat.
Of course. When you look at this is how he was found. And they found him, if I recall correctly, they found him with a quiver of arrows. They said that he was sick. He was already injured pretty badly. And he wasn't well dressed. So they believe he was an outcast, but they're not sure what kind of outcast. They're not sure if he outcast himself or if he was cast out. But I will tell you, this is the kind of shit that fascinates me. I always want to hear about it. When they find mummies, when they find bog bodies. This is one I hadn't heard of before, Horror. Have you heard of this one?
Yeah, I'd heard about this one.
I had not. in 2 centimeters. Oh, 2 climbers from Norway and Sweden were peeked through the Himalayan mountains. See, I don't know. I've never seen that one. I'm interested to find out about it though. This is the kind of stuff that Star Son looks up, guys. Sounds like he was hungry. Sounds like he was cold.
A little bit of both.
Little bit of both, because it was supposedly the temperatures there were about the same as they are now when he died. So he's going through there in not much fabric, but the problem is they also say he might have been fully clothed when he died. We don't know.
Yeah, the fabrics decay differently than everything else.
Not even that, they think something predated it, because it was back then they didn't really put anything that would tan them or preserve the hides properly.
Mhm.
So it would still be edible to most creatures, especially up in the mountains like that when they've got nothing else.
It seems weird to me that something would eat it, but not eat him.
True, but we don't know.
Because he's a much larger, much more tasty. Now, it could have been if it froze, because, he would froze along with any fabric he wore. The fabric would likely be easier for birds and stuff to take apart to take back to their nests.
Right. This is something SD Kong pointed out. Worse, someone could have taken his clothing. True.
Yeah, that's true.
Very true. It's been, I forget how many thousands of years since Ötzi was there, but it's been a long time. About Rhode Island ice, I'm just imagining colonials cutting into the lake singing Frozen Heart, right? Accurate. But I will tell you, it caught me off guard when I found out about it for sure. Truth is hard to swallow. Whatever. Also, I am tired, guys, so if I get a little loopy, that's why. But
Nah, we won't be able to tell the difference.
what do you mean? No, the AC is working fine now. Close it. I only did that because it was getting muggy in the house, babe. So it's been a lot of rainstorms the last few days. And the AC, of course, was acting up. So I was starting to get a little. But on top of that, I didn't want the dogs because we crate them. We put a blanket over them every night. With the AC not working and it getting muggy, I would turn off all the lights, turn the fan on high, and keep the blanket up so that way they get cooled.
Yeah.
Well, all bets off. It's cool now. They can handle it. But I thought the rain down in Africa. Oh, and I get more battle scars today, guys.
Uh-oh.
Penny went running through and clawed me up, trying to stop. Sorry, I'll stop. Bless you all had to drop by. And thank you, White Bear. Don't forget.
Thanks, White Bear. Good to see you.
We'll find you 80,000 years from now. Oh, yeah. Oh, and this you'll all enjoy. This you will all enjoy. So, and I told her about it. So, you guys know I like following farmers because I'm trying to get chickens and everything. And there was this guy I'd follow. Okay. And if you are on my Discord, okay, it is in drama screenshots. I have it all. And you'll have to look there because the guy went and deleted all my comments. There's nowhere else to find them. And I lost some of the good ones that I wrote too. But anyways. We've all
She's out here pissing off the farmers now.
He tried to cancel me and it was such a failure. It was such a failure. So this man constantly posts about how white people are horrible. Mind you, his wife is white. All of his partners and coworkers are white. Okay, so we'll start with that. As Horror so pointed out to me, as Eric July says, it's always them light-skinned. And I was like, damn. This man is a successful farmer. Okay, he has a very operational, successful farm where he farms chickens and he grows his own crops and things like that, and he turns a profit. And
He'd be very happy and proud of himself.
Very happy and proud of himself. Mind you, he came from it. Oh no.
No, this is a black man.
He's a black man, okay? He's a black guy, okay? Why am I not in this Discord? Well,
Did you get an invite?
well, no, you can just go onto my my link tree.
Well, there you go.
So,
See, you didn't go into a link tree.
yeah, go on. Hara didn't link hers. Oh no, you did link hers. What am I talking about? Paired right there. I'm stupid. You go onto my YouTube, go into my info. There's a link tree there. Join the Discord. But anyways, so this man, black man, everyone's seen that video, those white bitches screaming in the woods. Okay? Spend $4,000 to go scream out their drama. Whatever. Do I think it's retarded? Absolutely. Do I think nobody needs to do it? Absolutely. They spend $4,000 for what you can do for free with a pillow in your kitchen.
Or you could just take your own goddamn ass out to the woods and do it for free.
Right.
Or for the price of
only problem is then the cops get called if you make too much of a ruckus. So I do get that. Because but I digress. The point is you could do it for free in your own home. You don't need to go out to the woods and do it. So he posted something about, I guess he posted a joke. I never saw it. But what I did see was his response to people's response. He was like, oh, Lord, I knew it would cause some waves. And again, this man has a very successful farming business that he started later in life after being an urbanite for many, many years, working in corporate jobs, okay? Knew nothing about farming. He has not one but two, at minimum, successful social media platforms. Almost 500,000 subscribers on Instagram, and I think 1 million on TikTok, all right? And this man tries to tell everyone else how dangerous white people are to him, how oppressed he is, and that white women tears are a dangerous weapon against the black man. How often are you wielding your weapons today, Horror?
I don't usually have to go to the point of tears. Usually just wide-eyed pouting works fine.
Now, mind you, this guy has 2 little girls. Both of them are half white. His wife is white. And I find nothing to be more pretentious and bullshitty than a rich man who got all the opportunities, as well as his hard work, success, adoration. The whole reason I follow him is to get information about farming, or followed.
Past tense.
Past tense, not by choice. Was to get information. And so I finally called it out. Because I've called it out before. He didn't like it then. And I was like, you know what, it's not worth the fight. But that day I did it. And I was just like, it's bullshit. You don't even believe what you're saying. You just want to be a victim. I said, which makes no sense. You're successful. You are famous, at least online. People know who you are. Sylvana Aqua Farms, by the way. Or Sylvana, whatever. And he goes off on me about how I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm a cat lady. He doesn't argue the points I made. I can't remember, but pretty much I made a bunch of points about how clearly him being successful and everything. So yes, Avery, but it gets worse. He tells me that I don't understand the plight of the black man. I'm like, the plight of the black man, right now, we have across the country, DEI, lawyers, government officials, and judges being fined, jailed, and fired for gross misconduct, for gross abuse of power. One of them held her own trial. I want you to realize this, guys. She held her own trial against herself and represented herself. Okay? So I watched the video. Look up Nate the lawyer. It's a video about her from a couple of weeks ago. She was her own lawyer and her own judge. So I watched it. She made a statement. She said, "Objection, Your Honor," then turned and said, "What's your objection?" Then she stated the objection, then said, "Sustained." This was a full-grown adult paid by the government. Okay? So that's just one of them. I said, and right now there's an epidemic of black men attacking white women in New York purely for being white. This is well known. This is documented. He then screenshot my comment about it. And then he parentheses where I said that and claimed I was lying. You all know nothing thrills me more than using evidence to shut someone the fuck up. So I then went to Google because it's free.
Takes 10 seconds.
Takes 10 seconds. And I just typed in women attacked in New York. I didn't even type in black man. Women attacked in New York. There has been 50 this year randomly attacked for either being Asian or white by only black men in New York. I did 3 screenshots, one of the articles, one of the mugshots, one of all the videos. And I said, just my white privilege. I guess I'm lying. This is my white woman tears attacking him, I guess. So I clowned him for solid. Like, I just kept going at it. I couldn't help it. So, and the thing is, what I found the most hilarious about this interaction was every time he makes a statement, a dumbass statement about victimhood and how white people are always oppressed, because all he ever talks about how oppressed he is in the farming community because of a black man. And I'm like, shut the ever living fuck up. Clearly, you're not that oppressed. You have plenty. You have a job. All your employees are white. You like, shut up. So, anyways, he always makes them. Then he says he's not going to block. He just likes to let them weed themselves out. They'll always end up blocking him. Well,
Don't ever say that to me.
I was like, exactly. I was like, oh, you think you can out annoy me? Me? Let me tell you something. That's my favorite game. I have yet to block anyone, but the red pill guys specifically. Oh, one the other day said that he was not as civil as Pearl, and I wouldn't want to talk to him. And I said, "Oh, really?" And then he ended up blocking me. Same game, different day. Anyways, and so this, all that success, but still oppressed, right? Well, this just got racial. Oh, it gets even better, dude. It gets even better. He then screenshot my stories and shared them, laughing. Now, mind you, he started the conversation. He started it by tagging me in a post. And then the last one he said, which I can't lie, was funny. He said, I bet right now there's a black man in her kitchen draining her spices, stealing her spices and draining the batteries from her from her smoke detectors. And I actually laughed at that. It was funny.
That is a funny one. I'll give him that.
It was funny. And then he said, oh, she big mad because she made 3 stories. And I'm like, well, you're 5 stories in, so clearly you're the biggest mad. And
Bigger mad? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, because at one point I said to him, I was like, is the white supremacy in the room with you right now? And and then he's really not good at coming back with the insults, because he was like, is the big black man in the room with you right now? I never said I was afraid of black men.
That'd be hilarious, because I would love someone to say that to me.
I know. Oh my god, and then she just lean over like,
I would just screech. Say hi. I mean, yeah, he is. Right there.
matter of fact, I should have held up a picture of Axel. That's what I should have done. Shit. Anyways, so that is kind of funny. Oh yeah, I can't lie, it was funny. But then what he did was he deleted all my comments, because I said, let me get this straight. And I listed all the issues. I'm like, you have all the success, all this. I said, and you're telling me you're in danger. I said, checks notes, because a white woman screamed in the woods.
Far away from you.
You weren't there. But he literally said it sets a black man on edge to see a white woman screaming. And then he starts bringing up Emmett Till. Okay, Emmett Till died 70 years ago, guys. 70. Was it wrong? Yes. Those women in New York got attacked 2 weeks ago. What I talk about happened this century, this year. It's happening right now. What happened to Emmett Till none of us were even alive for.
I will say what happened to Emmett Till still happens today, but it's not a racial thing at this stage because women just like some women just like to accuse men of things they didn't do.
He'll never accuse a black woman of it. No. He only accuses white women of it. It's only
Oh, yeah.
that are vicious monsters. And this is the problem.
I mean, we are, but that's beside the point.
Well, yes, we are the root of all evil. Just ask Pearl. Okay. Whatchamacalls it? Dude stole your spice rack. White woman cook bland. Yeah, right. And so he then went through and he only deleted the stories that had the evidence in them. Deleted all my comments. And then blocked me. And then 2 of his followers thought they would come and defend the white man against the evil.
You mean the black man?
Huh? The
black man.
And the funniest part is, guys, they came to my page purposely so all of you would hate me, which is why I'm talking about it. Because one of them came and asked, when did Emmett Till's accuser die? When did Emmett Till's mother die? And I said, it's called Google. Go use it. And I said, thank you for the love, though. And he said, the fact that you find love from this is disgusting. I said, thank you again. Thank you for helping out my algorithm. And
Silver Ogre, humans are all monsters. Us ogres are innocent.
That's just something an ogre would say.
Ogre
what are we talking about? Is this Instagram? So this is actually on my Stargirl video. And so this next guy, Sadude, came just here to address your ideas of black men crying about past atrocities and white women being systematically attacked by black men. I said, thank you for the love. I appreciate any comments you get that get my algorithm going. Kissy face. I just think the other people on your page should be made known of your questionable comments made on other pages, coupled with ignorant, racist leanings. They already know. Did you not see my stories? I shared the entire facts on there already. Whatever you're trying to do with your white knighting, the only thing it's achieving is giving my algorithm hits. And ample screenshots to share with my followers on Discord. I hide nothing, baby. You'll call me racist for pointing out facts because you want to scare people into silence, but you're just too scared to acknowledge reality. Thank you again for the support and comment. It means a lot. I'm black, number 1.
Congratulations.
2, right? Like, okay. I'm black, number 1. Number 2, no one is trying to scare anyone. There's been no hostility nor threats made. Simply wish people would educate themselves before making ignorant comments when things they know little about. An overweight white female trying to call a successful black man out is just funny to me. I would love to see these facts of black men actively targeting and hacking white women. Also, no one called you a racist. Your reading comprehension needs work. Okay. I said, if you're not trying to scare or shame me, then you're a liar, babes. You have no other reason to attempt this. Literally go look at my stories as I've already stated, or better yet, you can use those fingers to Google it. I sure did call him out because it's hilarious when a successful, wealthy businessman has a large following on social media and tells me he is oppressed. That he is a victim, and that me crying is a weapon against him. It's hilarious, delusional, and victimhood mentality. And I don't care what color he is, I'll call it out. He couldn't handle it, and he blocked me for trying to mock me and failing. Similar to what you're trying to do, albeit more polite, passive-aggressive. Also, you literally said I have racist leanings. That's calling someone a racist. My reading comp is just fine. Is your memory? Ugh, again with the comprehension, piece ignorant, race leanings is not me calling you a racist. Well, what the fuck is it then? It's referring to your ideologies and thoughts. So my ideologies are racist, but I'm not. Make up your mind. If I wanted to call you something, I would have. So you're shaming him for being successful and having a following? No, that's not what I said. Sounds like the jealousy of one's success. You're essentially saying you can't have hardships due to your success. I implore you to read some more books and at the very least educate your state on racial history of this country. It's cool you can live in your white bubble, but it's not what's really happening in the world. I said, if that's what you got from what I wrote, then you truly do have reading comprehension problems. No, dear. What I'm calling out is that despite his wonderful success and wealth, he still lives in victimhood mentality delusion that somehow he is endangered from white women tears. Just like you, I know you still haven't looked at my stories. I can see who does, you know. So maybe when you're willing to face reality instead of blindly repeating false propaganda and sad stories from 70 years ago and notice what is happening now, talk to me then. Again, all you did here was help my algorithm. You're new around here. This isn't the 3rd, 5th, or 10th time people have tried to cancel me for speaking the uncomfortable truth. You're just another good little sheep. You should totally go to my YouTube and do the same there. I promise it will make me like super upset and called out. There's
Night, Lavery.
Right? Oh, good night. There's a difference between education and victimization, or victim mentality, as you refer to it in education, which is what he is trying to do. No, I don't give.
Why are you getting so hot? That's weird. What?
Huh?
He said his blood is reaching 100 degrees Celsius, and that is, if that was true, his blood would be past boiling.
Oh, he's getting pissed off, he's saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming that means he does not like what was being said. But honestly, it pissed me off too. And he said, I don't give a fuck about your stories, your algorithm, or anything else that could possibly boost your reach on the internet. This is about open dialogue and trying to educate. That's it. You're clearly not into it, which is cool. This is the last thing that was said because he did not answer that because I absolutely called him out. I said, you weren't about open dialogue. You came here to try and turn my audience against you, what you assume was me having an ideology. But I posted the mugshots, articles, and videos of the attacks, over 50 so far in New York alone, of women being attacked. You want me to talk about education, but you won't even take a moment to see what I'm saying is the truth. You may not be interested, but here you are, still persisting in the BS trying to pretend you care about anything other than me relenting to your version of right think. You aren't used to people like me.
Oh, sorry, Kong. Apparently he's not having fun with it.
This isn't fun. Sorry. This is your version of right think. You aren't used to people like me who don't bow down to passive-aggressive threats and pressure. Sorry that bothered you. Maybe you should educate yourself, Buttercup. Research about what I'm talking about before you let those words pass your proverbial lips to someone else. But these are making great screenshots. Thank you. And I wanted to read that to you guys. Just because, again, it really does illustrate how we've gotten to where we are, is that he asked for proof. I told him exactly where to find the proof. And he said, fuck your proof. So.
Pretty sure there's a meme about that.
I know. I'm pretty sure there is. Pretty sure the most successful people in the world still have hardships when we probably can't fathom. What the successful don't have is oppression. Right. There is a difference. You can tell me that people are treating you badly. I got no problem with that. But in my opinion, and it's like, it's similar to the fatties for Palestine. Have you seen that? There's a group of fat bitches going around TikTok wearing shirts that literally say fatties for Palestine. And their reasoning is because oppression recognizes oppression.
What's oppressing them? Gravity?
The fork. Trans fats. McDonald's.
I love trans fats.
I like biological fats.
Most trans fats are actually biological.
I know, they're all right here. No. Because I'm Latina, I'm oppressed. You're Italian, evidence doesn't matter. It's just shit like that. That's what I've been dealing with, like, between shifts. Saying they lean racist is calling them racist. These individuals are willfully ignorant and arrogant. Both these clowns would wear man buns to properly identify themselves. It was just, with that attitude, is it any wonder he gets pushback? Right. And that's, he literally, the entire point of his videos, he says, is to piss people off so they'll block him or unfollow. I did neither. And all he kept doing was calling me an ugly white bitch. He kept saying that I was hideous, that I was fat, that I was a cat lady. I said, but am I wrong? You can call me all those things. And to you, they may be true. But you didn't call me wrong.
Technically, the cat lady's true, too.
It's very true. The fat part's true. The white part's true. The cat lady's true. I mean, I got a cat on my ass right now. So it's like, And she's quite comfy. It's gonna be hard getting up, but it's just, you know.
I think the part that they miss at that they may have gone through struggles to get where they are, but keeping yourself in the mindset of not recognizing your own success, that's just sick.
I have the mindset of, because shocking as it may be, I go through times where I lose confidence in myself. Does he want me to be able to report him? Right.
I mean, I never have confidence in myself, so
I go through these moments where you should, because you're awesome, but that's
and that's what people keep telling me.
I know. How dare we? We're such assholes too.
We really are.
How dare we uplift our friend and point out all of her wonderful habits and hobbies and qualities. Bad Cassie. Anyways, so and you know, I get those moments where I feel like the people that matter to me, I don't matter, or I think I've done some kind of slight, and then I panic over it and I worry for a week. Did I piss somebody off? Did I do something wrong? And I overanalyze. And when I get those moments of self-doubt, or I might think some cops are just bullies, but if I approach them all like they are, I won't. And I'll tell you what, the quickest way to prove this statement, go watch Body Cam. Just sit down, give yourself an afternoon watching ample body cam videos. When I tell you, after watching it, and I know she doesn't entirely agree with me, after watching body cam videos, a lot of the protests, I was listening to these videos. And I hear a lot of the things that people were saying in the protests, these people were saying to the cops, and I could see in real time it was a lie. I could see in real time it wasn't true at all. And in real time, the cops were trying so hard to give these people so many opportunities to not get arrested. And they literally get themselves arrested.
I don't necessarily disagree. It's just what ends up on the internet is what people want to see.
Right.
And so it's a skewed result is my thing. I think the reality of it is far more of a spectrum to.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying it's 100% all, because I have also heard about I forgot where it was, but we're talking the entire police force in this area was corrupt from top to bottom. They did some kind of thing where this guy got jailed and they were tampering with evidence. It happened a couple of weeks ago, and I don't remember, because it was such a complicated fucking story. I couldn't keep up with it, but I'll have to look it up and see. But I digress. When I go through those moments where I am feeling like a piece of shit and I'm not feeling happy with myself and I'm not feeling okay, I sit down and I remind myself of the good things I've achieved, of the successes I have had. For instance, yes, I lost Bastion and Atreyu, and that still hurts. But because I lost Bastion and Atreyu, I knew exactly what was happening when it happened to Penny. And I was able to react fast enough that saved her life. Yes, I lost a lot of money, but I at that time had the money to save my baby. And right now, she's sitting plastered to my boot cheeks and giving me all the lovin's. Yes, I don't have the house I wanted, but I have a house.
We can make it the one you want.
Or I can demolish it.
That's part of making it the one you want.
True. But it'll be fun with the demolishing. Same goes for women, Asians, blacks. Right. The thing is, anyone can be a victim at some point in their lives. The other part,
Hypnotic.
Yeah, Hypnotic. The important part that people just don't fucking get is you're not always a victim. And yes, you might be one for a while, but in this day and age, with very rare exception, no one oppresses you but you. You're not, if you live in America, you are not oppressed. You are not. You might be in an abusive relationship. You might have abusive parents, but you also live in a country where you're able to extradite yourself. It only takes you being brave enough. You got reels. If I stick to treating people like individuals and let them choose how to react, it usually goes better. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone goes through struggles, trials, boo fucking who. as a man, shut up, get therapy if you need it, but every man or woman doesn't want to hear your right. It's there's that song that I love. Not just a pretty girl. And I love it because in the reverse it says, I know you can't tell, but I've been through some shit. And a lot of times when I talk to my friends and I open up, which I rarely do, but when I do, they look at me like, you went through all that? And I go, yeah, a lot of folks really don't know half the shit I've gone through. Because you don't need to. That didn't make me who I am. It helped make me who I am, but it's not me. The bad shit I went through, the negative shit I went through, that's why, like, remember the day that I talked about, you know, my essay on stream, and everyone was just, the whole stream just went silent for a minute. And because it happened, but it doesn't mean, yeah, like, poor me, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, guys, and this is the problem that I have with it, yes, shitty shit can happen to you. It doesn't mean that your entire life has to be about it. And that's why I got so annoyed. You're sitting there, you're running a successful chicken farm. You've got a loving wife, 2 beautiful children.
And I can't even have chickens, let alone a whole farm.
If you want to come here, I'll let you buy some chickens to have on my property.
It's not the same.
I'll let you name them.
It's not the same.
I'll let you name them Buckingham Palace. Like, you know, yeah.
I'm not really into that name. That doesn't work for me.
Whatever name you're into.
They had a baby goat in the store.
What?
So there's the North 40 store. It's our farm supply store over here. And we were going in to look at something, and they had a baby goat. Like, when I say baby goat, he was like this big.
Oh, it's a baby pygmy.
He was a baby goat. And he was sitting in one of the chicken, because they do big things of chickens.
Yeah.
For people to buy. And yeah, he was just sitting there chilling out. It's fucking cute.
And you were like, sheep.
Wait a second. If I can't have chickens, why can the guy on the corner have ducks?
It might be it might be zoned different, or they might be coded different.
No, he's literally in the same area.
No, I mean ducks themselves. Like the ducks themselves, they might be coded different. But if you can,
I could eat duck eggs.
See if you can have goose. Goose eggs are nice and big.
Well, I don't really want goose. Gooses are assholes.
But they're nice to their owners.
But how do they get along with dogs?
Huh?
How do they get along with dogs?
Have to raise them together. You have to raise them around it. So as long as the dogs are not, I don't mean puppy and gosling. I mean gosling has to know the dogs, kind of situation. Or die in the hill that I become weak trash, right? Because the thing is, it's.
Sadly, they don't lay eggs the same way.
They do. They just have a season rather than they do it constantly.
Right.
Ducks do it constantly, as far as I know. The guy has ducks. I suspect foul play.
He has 2 ducks, and one of them is named Grace.
Well, that's confusing.
And yes, geese are evil.
I still want one though. But yeah, it's just a matter of like, you have all that success, and all you do is make 1 or 2 videos about your farm. And then the rest you make to piss off white people. Because he literally said in the video that I responded to, because it's better him making that video than him having to constantly hate white people. How is it that bad of a life, sir, that you have to constantly hate? And imagine how his children feel. Hearing their dad constantly talk about what is essentially half of their blood.
And their mother.
Right. It's always the black guys that hate white people the most that are always with a white woman. And I'm like, make up your mind. At least stay consistent.
Oh, but don't you know she's the good one?
He does say that. He does say it. She one of the good ones. I'm like, for fuck's sake. FYI, chickens are evil. They're all lovely. You're just all haters.
Chickens are delicious.
So are geese.
I've never had goose.
duck is really fucking good.
You know, a duck is really hit or miss.
You
It's one
gotta
of
have,
those ones I want to try to do myself, but if you don't do it right, it's greasy and dry.
you gotta cook it skin side down, and you gotta have it medium rare.
Yeah, you don't want to overcook goose or duck.
I've eaten it cooked fully, and because it was cooked well, it was still good. That sounds. Listen, you all want to know someone who does not give a single fuck about racial disparity, and that will tell anyone to go fuck themselves. Is this man right here? Is this man right here? There's not a man I know that had. When I tell you, hardest worker I know, best dad I know, will sacrifice anything for the people he loves, and also has zero problem cutting off anyone and everyone if he has to, and he never is a victim.
That's part of why we love you, Beast. You correctly identified the problem.
I got beef with the U.S. government. It's not white people. It's the second biggest problem in our country now is Indian. The first is dementia.
That's why we love him so much.
Sir! My baby sister once said scary ducks in response to the very territorial ducks my ex-mother-in-law had. They had that red skin around the eyes like turkeys. Oh, yeah, those are, they begin with an M. I know what you're talking about. Well, those are slightly more wild, so that's probably why. I think they're Morley ducks or Morgy ducks. It's some M name. But I know what you're talking about. I can see them in my eyes. In my head, rather. Whatchamacallit it, though. But yeah, and every once in a while, when you're someone like me, because I like being right. I don't like being incorrect. And I don't mean like being right.
She likes to argue.
Huh?
I said, and you like to argue.
I do like to argue, but I don't like to argue and look like an ass later. So I usually argue when I know I'm correct. If I think I'm wrong on any level, I don't open my fucking mouth. And, so that's why it's like, for instance, mallard, not mallard. No, it's something ducks. Like it's not mallard. It's an MAO. I just can't fucking think of it. It's almost 2 a.m. and I've been working a lot. So you gotta forgive me. And especially because I've been doing a lot of financial planning, because now that we're back, money wise, I've been calculating stuff out so that way I can go to see her so we can have the meetup in September. Don't forget that is still happening, guys. We're still planning that. But either way, I digress. And so it's just like when they tell me those things for a second, I get this on. I'm like, am I wrong? Maybe I don't understand it. And then I talk to people like Gothics and Ray and Michelle and yes, there's some instances, but then the problem is when they tell me any instances, I then can relate a story about me being white that someone judged me for. And so I'm like, it's almost as if
it's a human thing and not a race thing.
It's a human thing. Muscovy. Thank you. Desert Jack always comes through for me. I swear to God. Let me see if I'm right. Muscovy duck.
Desert Jack always comes through for me, but let me make sure he's right, because I'm not sure he's right.
No. I want to make sure that the name I was thinking of was right. He got the name of the animal right, but I wasn't sure if I was thinking. But I am. This is it, right? This is Muscovy duck.
Yeah.
And he said the red around the eyes, and I was like, oh, I know that one. These are the females. They're much prettier.
They are.
But
the red's kind of creepy.
I don't hate it.
I don't
I
like
don't
it.
want them myself, but I don't hate it. There's this other kind of duck, this blue duck that they breed, but apparently doesn't lay a lot of eggs, so I'm not into it. But yeah, I knew it was something. I have these duckies. Really? So, Liko, are they mean ducks? Let's let Liko tell us.
To be fair, her ducks could be nice. It was his ex-mother-in-law, so maybe it was just an issue of the owner.
True. But going back, we actually lost it earlier. And ducks actually brought me back to it. So someone, and you will like this, I know, because you and I slightly disagreed on the bear topic. Lost in the woods of a man or a bear. They are not. They are very friendly. Well, see, Liko does it right. Sadly, their babies die easily. Oh, that's sad. Whatchamacallit? Someone tried to say again that bears are a better choice because bears don't feel entitled to our bodies. And I went, hold up now. Because she said nature, that snuggle with a struggle doesn't even happen in nature. And I went, hold up now.
Can we introduce you to the dolphin?
And to ducks. Guess what?
And to otters. And to ravens.
And to dogs. And to cats. Do we really want to go down this road, guys?
Should we talk about
down this road? Would you rather watch a tree grow or... I fell for that one.
You did. You almost...
I almost did it. Did it.
Yep.
The problem is I thought it was Kong that came back. I didn't read the name. And I read the name, and that's when I stopped. I was like,
I better not finish that.
Right there. I said that point blank. I said, first of all, there are ample videos to prove that bears 100% feel entitled to your shit. There are so many videos of bears crawling through tents, crawling into cars, digging through trash, going into your house. Animals 100% feel entitled to your shit because they are mostly scavengers. Like omnivores, scavengers, gatherers, a lot of grazers. Yeah, that's true. Bears don't feel entitled because they'll eat you up, right? And when she said that, and then when they said the great part, I was like, excuse you. And I started, like she did, listing off all the animals that 100% happen. There's a very rare exception where the female actually has to agree. Okay? Because a lot of times, and I mean,
it does make it easier if the female agrees, but
but they still do what they want. Penguins are a great example. And I said, for instance, it's so bad in bears that when a mother bear has a cub, she has to avoid males because the males will the cub, so she goes into heat immediately and they can get their rocks off.
It's the same thing with lions. They will kill all the cubs to put the females back into heat if they're not the current leader of that pride.
And is that on your side?
I don't hear anything.
Must be my dryer. And so it's like when she said that, I was dying. I was dying laughing. I was like, people really don't understand nature. And again, we go back to the gay animals in nature. They're not gay. They're not gay. These are animals that either were in a situation where they had no other options, where the other animals didn't want to mate with them, so they took what they could. And usually these are not mated for life situations. These are, they got horny, it was mating season, and that was it. And a lot of times, even then, we have to remember, it is not the same way we think about it. Sometimes it's just dominance.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even about enjoying it. It's about getting dominance over the other animal so they don't die, so nothing else eats them. I don't know, the Peking ducks I had were actually very sweet. They can, if a bear attacks a man, we should ask, what was the man wearing?
Was he drinking? Was he flirting? I mean, maybe that's why those bears attacked the grizzly man. Maybe, I mean, we didn't see any video. We just heard him die. So he could have been,
And here's the thing. Silvar makes a great point. Most arachnids and praying mantises, it's all grape. The male has to lull the female long enough into a sense of calm to get it done. Now, in some spider species, they can massage the pedipalps and keep her busy. Some spider males will bring a meal so that way he doesn't die while he does the deed. But then he still sometimes dies. So it's like, I get such a kick out of it. I get such a kick.
He better finish before she's done or he's done.
That's why a lot of praying mantises, they will try to wait till the female is eating, and then they will go in for it. But praying mantises are like eating machines. They'll just fill themselves up. So let's go after again. I honestly don't understand this bear a man thing as an outsider. Okay, so what it was done was to illustrate women's fear of men. Now, here's the thing. I, in my personal opinion, in a special case, I trust nobody. I don't want to be alone in the woods with any human because I know I've been alone in the woods with bears and I'm still alive. I don't like the idea of coming across a stranger because I don't trust people and I don't trust why they're out there and I don't trust what they're going to try to do later. So me, I pick the bear for that reason. I don't care if it's a man. I don't care if it's a woman, unless it's a small child. And even then, I'd be like, what cartel is putting you out here to trap me? I personally pick the bear for that reason because I know for a fact I have walked alone in the woods and been near bears, coyotes, wolves, and I'm still here. But that's also because I'm not fucking stupid. And I wouldn't do things that would entice the bear to come to me because I'm under no delusion that the bear wouldn't hurt me if given the opportunity or the need. My idea is that I understand them better. They are in some ways much more predictable. In some ways, I can generally understand how to not piss them off, and I can make my way through the woods. The idea of it is that women fear men so much that they would rather face off a bear than face off a man.
And you see, my problem with that is if a bear decides it's going to kill you, you're done. You're not talking him out of it. You're not negotiating. You can't even offer it sex. A lot of those things you can do with a man, or you can offer him a sandwich. You can give him other options, but you can't do shit with a bear.
Polar bears are different. We're talking woods. Polar bears are never in woods. If it was a polar bear, we're all fucked.
Oh yeah, no, you're
It's all around fucked. And I agree on that. But that's where, if you're dual streaming, I suggest you stay.
Well, you can suggest all you want, or you can leave. It's always an option.
I mean, we're dual streaming. I don't know what you're trying, but that's okay. Anyways, but that's where it's like, I get it. I get what the girls are trying to say, but the funniest part of it was my favorite response to the entire trend was, so it's a lot of feminist women that are picking the bear, right? A lot of feminist women, hard left-wing women.
Oh yeah, the sun bears are fucking terrifying.
Oh, sun bears are evil. And because they have a vendetta against people. They have been, because of tigers and humans' predation on them, sun bears naturally attack purely because of that. So it's either way. Yes, if it was a sun bear or a polar bear, I'm not picking the fucking bear. I'm picking the person. I'll take my chances. I'm not trying to make 90% of people that are here 15-year-old boys. Yeah, we don't deny that party. Okay, that I don't deny, but it's just diversifying.
I've been streaming on Kick now for over 6 months. There have been some morons coming in the chat who say dumb things. It's really easy to just ignore them. Believe it or not, at my age, I don't care what a 15-year-old boy comes in here and says.
We usually roast them. It's pretty fun.
Or we just ignore them because they're not worth our time.
That's true. But you gotta admit, when we rate the insults.
Oh yeah.
I enjoy that.
If only they could actually get good ones.
It would be fun. One of them did.
There was that one guy. He was pretty good.
He came on and said, what in the 99 genders is going on?
That was funny.
I swear to God, that was my favorite. And sun bear was only in the Indian woods. But anyways, what was I gonna say? A lot of women were picking the bear. So the right wing came back with what?
Rachel, also, if I pick a man, there's a tiniest chance it's Henry Cavill.
No, I agree. And you know what? I understand. Horror number one is a very tough chick. I will say that. She doesn't bow to that kind of stuff easy. But I do appreciate that you were trying to be nice. And
I appreciate you trying to be nice, but really all that does is make me say I'm just going to stay here more.
She's stubborn.
I'm very stubborn.
Henry Cavill's the king.
I mean, what are they going to do? Come here and call me fat and ugly?
They always do anyway.
It's not like it's anything I haven't heard.
Pig, whale, smelly, cat lady, blue hair. Fat.
I like it when they come in and start wondering what my chair smells like. It's like,
right. And I'm like, why are you thinking about me like that?
that's kind of weird.
Why was the first thing you thought about was what my bottom smelled like? You funky. But anyways, so they said to the my favorite part, they said, now you understand why we don't want men in girls' bathrooms.
I like that one. That one's good.
And that became my favorite part of picking the bear. Oh, so now you understand how dangerous men are. Doesn't matter if they're wearing a wig or they got fake boobs.
Well, unfortunately, there are those people who believe that they're women now, so it's not the same thing.
And it's like, well, I was just watching. So again, I think I mentioned earlier, I'm not sure. I've been watching Caleb Hammer, a lot of it. Caleb Hammer is a financial advisor, and there is some like, have you ever seen that guy with the top curly hair and the glasses screaming at somebody about their finances on YouTube? That's him. And I will tell you right now, if you ever want to either get a wake-up call or feel better about yourself, watch his videos. Because people try to accuse me and Starman of making bad financial choices. And then I go and listen to what these fucking people do. And I'm like, see, I knew I was right. I knew I was doing good. I knew I was being smarter than that. Because these people, one of them, she literally said that she was having a hard time with finances because living expenses are so bad. Her living expenses were $580 a month. Take a guess how much she spent on food.
Oh, God.
Take a guess.
Another 500?
Higher.
Oh, God. 2,000.
Not that high, thank God. Close, though, because she spent $895 on fast food and beer and gas station trips. So the thing is, I want you to think about it. It was $895 worth of $3 here, $2 here.
There.
She did it a lot. She went to go drink beer a lot, go to breweries a lot. And when he asked her why, she said, well, every once in a while, you deserve to treat yourself at a sweet treat, little sweet treat. And mind you, and I'm not trying, okay, it's going to sound bad. This girl was not thin, all right? And she was the kind of not thin where her chin and chest were best friends, okay? So she had early female pattern baldness. Girl, your diet's so bad, your hair is running away. You need... And I plan on doing a reaction about it on my channel. Because when I finally do a fucking video again, shut up, nobody noticed anything.
It's not like she said there'd be one last week or something.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. In my defense, there was a lot going on. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, so... Anywhoodly, I forgot what I had to do last Thursday. Something happened. I was supposed to be doing something, and by the time everything went okay, it was not okay. But little more than an occasional. When I tell you, he said, what do you mean she would do it every day after work. Every day. That's not a sweet treat. That is a habit. That is an addiction. And there are no videos on this streaming channel. Shut the oh, and whatchamacallit? You have on top of all that, okay, almost all of these people, he would ask about their cars. One of them is this tranny that he had 3 cars and an RV. And he was trying to blame his financial issues on the divorce he was having because his wife didn't like that he was transitioning. When are you going to start make... Shut up, you didn't see it.
That's the problem, is they didn't see anything, so they'd like to know when they see something.
There are no videos. These aren't the videos you're looking for. Or you only enjoy my guide to check out my books, Waggle's Eyebrows, right? If if the shake machine worked, I might acquire that addiction.
Right.
Here's what I will tell you. No, she would stop at the gas station and get like a candy bar or a coffee mix or something like that. Like she would go and get like highly processed shit. So we're not even talking like a lovely milkshake that at least is made there, fresh ingredients. Nay. She was getting like Jack Links and shit like that, and a little sweet treat. And I'd listen to them, and for instance, with cars, almost all of them, he'd be like, your car note is this much a month. Why do you have a 2022 or a 2023 car? And they'd be like, oh, good night, Desert Jack.
Night, Jack.
Whatchamacallit. He would ask them, why do you have this car? And they're like, well, we need to drive. And they're like, well, he's like, why didn't you get a cheaper car? Because that's the car I wanted. And I'm like, when we got the car we have now, it is well known I don't like the car. The only reason we picked it is because, one, I had to pick a car that would get the right mileage, that would fit my ass, and that was new enough so that we would last a long time. That was the stipulations. And we picked cars that were good. I don't understand the idea. Yeah, I have tried my very, very best. I think I only go to fast food at most once to twice a month, unless it's a really stressful month. And even then, I'm trying really hard because it was a habit I fell into when I had the Wall of Humanity. Because I never used to go. And then when 2018 hit and I had all the family living in my house, I couldn't cook at all. And everywhere I could cook, fucking moth in the room. Everywhere I could cook was taken up by the people, and then I couldn't, the whole thing. So I got really in the bad habit of going and getting that stuff. And I've gotten out of it partly because I'm broke. And
That helps.
Yeah, which helps immensely. And partly because it's just, after all the videos I've made, I know it's just not good. And when I do go, I try to primarily get things that are high protein. And that's because, like, I try to get grilled chicken. If you ever go to Culver's has steamed broccoli, for instance. So you can get that.
Wait, why would I go all the way to a fast food place for steamed broccoli?
You know what I'm
Just
saying?
do that at home.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm saying if you don't have the time, if you haven't got it, you're on the road, you have to go to work, you got to get food for work or something like that. Like you're running late. If you're gonna do it, get grilled chicken and steamed broccoli through the drive-thru. Make the right choices. Like that's the point.
To get lunch meat. Okay.
As I say, like if it comes down to it, where you woke up late one morning and you got to run out the door, you got to grab food on the way to work because that's still only 5 minutes compared to you cooking a whole meal to bring to work. All right, fine. But then be smart. Go and get something that's not unhealthy for you. Try to stick, if you're going to get a burger, just get a patty. Like, I've looked up that stuff. There are ways to do it. If you're going to go and get fast food, you can make it cheap and you can make it healthier for you. But no, a lot of these people will go and get 5-layer beefy bean burritos. They would go and get, fried chicken. They go and get the French fries, extra large sodas. And that is something like, there was one couple that really drove me nuts. It was a young couple. The wife knew nothing about the finances. Now they brought in $5,500 a month. That's not bad. Excuse me. $5,500 a month, okay? And the husband didn't let her know that, no, honey, we don't have enough money for you to buy clothes. He just let her do it. He would let her just buy things. And then he would say, we don't have any money. You got to cook dinner. He would have her cook dinner. And then on the drive home, he would go and get fast food. And every single night, he would stop at the gas station down the street and pick up a beer and chips. And when asked why don't you go to HEB and get that? And he's like, well, the chips are too delicious. And they don't sell that there. You don't need them. You don't need it. And then it was just, so it's stuff like that I hear. And what I think back on, and the reason why I say you should watch it, is a lot of what he's saying harken back to this video I made about late night snacking and food like that. And I made an offhand comment where I said, "Do you really need that late night sody and a little snacky?" And I just said, "Do you really need that?" I think I said it like at 1 a.m. And a comment on that video said, "Until you said that, I never thought it was a bad thing. I had soda late in the night and a snack every night, and I never thought it was a negative. And now that you said that, I am never going to have it again." And so I think just hearing that, hey, those steak burritos are so good. Sir, you work like 80 jobs and you're the size of a stick. You don't count. I can't with this man. I sent you videos on Instagram of me befriending Wild. Oh, I'm going to have to look at those. You send me a lot, though, Rachel. I might lose it in the sauce. Don't send me anything until I watch them. But I know it's going to be very... What?
Don't send me any until you've watched them.
Yeah. Because if I could have gone away with it, I would have taken him home. But yeah, I think if you have a hard time with finances, you should go and watch him. All of you. Ooh. She has a new collection.
I saw. I
want.
Always want. But unless I finally get paid from YouTube this month, that's not happening.
Exactly, guys. See how we said we want, but did we say we're going to buy? It's getting mad at you. Well, I will say I'm starting to fade. Like my eyes are going blurry, so I'm probably going to have to go soon anyway.
I've got a video to record and edit too, so.
Would you like to take us out then, darling?
I can do that. For those of you who aren't aware, I do have a video channel now. It's The Abysmal Critic, and I release a video every day. About 10 a.m. and I'm basically sticking to video game news. So if you're into video games and you want to hear about a combination, I do occasionally cover what I kind of feel like it's video game drama, because it's weird shit going on between the journalists and the YouTubers and the developers and shit like that. I cover those. I also cover, just general video game news, like stuff that's coming out, stuff that's come out, stuff that's got interesting stuff going on with it. But yeah, all video games. That is that's my Abysmal Critic channel, and you can definitely stop by there and watch it. And I'm trying to grind up the watch hours. So if you want to stop by there and just, before you go to bed, put her
entire channel on play.
Just hit play all and let it go. And then go to bed. That's totally cool. You don't even have to watch them. But
I like them. Just put them on, God.
Yeah, I'm not even that worried about it. Thanks, Akuma. But we'll be doing that, and then tomorrow night I will be. Oops, I've got to talk to Nightbot. Don't worry about him.
Lord Almighty, Nightbot's being racist.
He's an asshole.
Penny.
What was I talking about? All right. Tomorrow night, I will be on Brahma Bull's channel, and I will do some streaming. This weekend, there will very likely be Neverwinter Nights on Saturday, and then there will be D&D on Sunday. And that's really all the streaming I'm doing right now, unfortunately. I'm a little busy. I didn't Party Shed. Thank you so much for following. I appreciate that. That is very kind of you.
Yes, if you're not subscribed, go subscribe, please.
Definitely subscribe, and so that's what I'm doing. And I will be. I'm going to occasionally do a stream over on the Abysmal Critic channel. It'll be generally me playing an independent game that I found on Steam. I just did the first one on Sunday, or no, yeah, yesterday, Sunday. So that was an interesting time. Stop by and watch it, or don't, or do. But that's what I got. What do you got?
Hopefully a video. It's very hard getting back into it, especially because I was prepared to be off Mondays and Tuesdays to do shit then, and I haven't been. And then me coming in, having to make sure that I'm working, whatchamacallit. Getting back in the room has not been too bad. I'm hoping to get working on videos extremely soon, like this week, because I found more topics that I really want to cover. I will not be on tomorrow, guys. I am closing. So I will be at work until 9. It's the last day of the holidays. And then Wednesday I'm closing as well. Thursday I will try to do a live stream of some kind. It's only a few more weeks. It's only till the end of June, and then my schedule will be back on the normal track. The only reason I can normally do a Monday, and most Mondays until the end of June, it's going to be a short one, is because those Tuesdays I'm gonna have to drive to Charlotte, and I don't want to. I was so happy when I got told I didn't have to tomorrow. I literally whooped for joy.
It's weird.
So I was so sad. Oh no, can't drive all the way there. Stuck in I-77 traffic. Whatever shall I do? And so, but I'm still making. I'm still making sure to at least get my Monday streams done for you guys. And I'm going to try my hardest. I've got a couple of things I'm working on, and I have an interview with a lovely lady coming out on June 14th on her channel. I will post the link. And again, guys, if you want to help support me and also get some really good quality soaps that are very much going to take care of you, please go
What's
look
the code they should use?
at Starson 50. I bet I was getting there.
I think you forgot it last time, though.
When you cash out 15% off your entire order, type in Starson. It's real easy. It's down there. Starson. Reed Street Soap. Make sure you use the code for the coupon in your checkout. I like them. I will tell you right now, there is a jasmine scented soap. You know, guys know I'm bad with names. The jasmine scented soap, I really freaking loved it. And I will say, just on smell alone, I would recommend this one, which is called Summer Prairie Bliss. I'm excited to try these. I cannot wait to use the beef tallow soap, and I will let you know how it comes out.
Does she do any unscented?
Not yet. I'm working on it. Okay, so I will say that she has already said she'll consider doing a collection for me, and considering my needs, I'm going to try to do an unscented soap. I'm going to try to do, special skins. Like, I'm going to do what, if it was me, what I would want. So
Except you want scented.
Actually, no, I sometimes want unscented too. It's what I like more than anything is something that grinds the bad skin off, that hydrates my skin, and that makes me feel clean. That's the main thing. Certain scents I really like. Certain scents I can't fucking stand. And I've made sure to say which ones, because otherwise I'll die. But that's about it, guys. I don't know about you, but I'm tired. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. Remember to get your animals spayed and neutered and properly vaccinated. Remember to tell people that are important to you that you love them and to be safe. So, Horror.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too.
Be safe.
You too.
Have a good night, everybody.